What's happening, YouTube fam? We back with another lit City Skylines video up in this. Yeah. Welcome back, everybody, to City Skylines Nerdköping. Oh boy. Oh boy. It's almost the end of 2020. This is what it's done to me. This is what it's done to me. Anyway, yeah, we're back. This is another episode that's being recorded live on twitch.tv/ConflictNerd. If you didn't watch it live, then this video is here for your convenience. I hope you're having a good one. Hope everybody in the live stream's having a good one. And there is always a link in the video descriptions for anybody that wants to watch this shiz live, yo. All right. So there's been some changes. Oh boy. Oh boy. There's been some changes since the last episode. I did a few things completely off camera that I thought would be kind of cool. And you're seeing some of it here. I changed up the way all of these lines merge in and out of our main station back there. And it's a whole mess, but it works. And that's kind of what's important to me anyway. And I've done a couple of things on this stream as well. So we have these elevated lines here coming in and out, as you can see. And they're feeding around to these little stations here, which I went ahead and grabbed off the workshop. I wanted some elevated train stations because I just do. I want a combination of metro and trains going around the place. And we have, you know, a station here that links over to this mess. This is one of the things I did off camera, was completely change the layout of that entire sort of interchange of tracks. It's a bit messy, but again, it works, and that's kind of what's important to me, so I'm not really too stressed about that. The one thing I will say is that I'm thinking that the lines that we have going out to this station here, and there's another one just over there, that's probably going to be temporary, because I feel like a metro could probably serve this area better than elevated trains. But at the same time, I kind of like it. I'm not going to lie. I kind of like elevated trains. I think it's interesting, especially since we're using some relatively small trains to do the job here. We also have regional trains coming and going. That's interesting. Yeah, these little guys here are what we're using for this line. They're fairly small and get the job done kind of nicely. So I'm not too sure if we'll keep these lines or not. But for the time being, we've got some elevated trains coming and going, which I think looks pretty good. Over on this side, I pushed the tracks through this area, and I think it looks interesting. I actually kind of like how it looks going over the bus terminal. I think it just looks kind of cool, so we got that as well. And yeah, so that's pretty much all that's changed in the major sense since, you know, that last episode. So essentially, I want to do some building today. I want to get some more population, and I want to get some IT clusters in here. And I've seen a few YouTube comments, and I've seen people in the live stream chat as well saying that this area here should largely probably be the old town style, the old European style. So I agree, and I think we're going to do that. I want to do an IT cluster over here, though, because to start things off and just kind of have a little bit of fun, I want to just do some basic grids. So I'm just going to go in and I'm going to take these trees out because we aren't going to need them. Essentially, we just aren't. So these can all kind of go, and we'll replace them with, you know, some stuff eventually. This can probably all go at some point as well, and we'll reinforce the river. But right now, we're just going to get rid of all those trees, and we're just going to do some grids is what we're going to do. So let me grab myself a bit of avenue. Let's make sure it's ground level, and we'll bring it through here. It is sunken for some reason. I'm not sure how I feel about that, but, well, we're going to deal with it. Let's do a nice straight slope down to there, which is also sunken, which is fine, I guess. And we'll do kind of similar over here. So out by 10, and let's bring you over and bring you down to there. They aren't going to line up. Interesting. They are actually not gonna line up properly. That's a little bit frustrating. Let's bring you to there then and get rid of you. So that gives us a little space to play with. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring a road off of about here. Actually, no, we'll go a little bit further down. Let's just eyeball it. So, we'll say about here, right? So we'll come in, and I think this can be... I'm going to make this an avenue with trees on it because I can. So it can go to there. And I think that's fine. Now, what I want to do as well is bring some roads out. Oh, what way do I want to... Actually, no, I'm not going to eyeball this. I actually kind of need to measure this. I want a road here. And I want a road there. And then this is going to come in like that. That way, I'm actually going to have buildings along these train tracks, because that's something that is kind of important to me. It's actually having buildings along the train tracks so that it doesn't look totally ridiculous. So we've got that going. We're going to have you come out to there. And we're going to have you come out to there. And that'll be fine. So that'll give us a good amount of space for some high-rise buildings, which I think will look kind of cool. But I also want to put things like parking lots in here. I think that's probably a pretty good idea. So let's do a parking lot here. Maybe the other one. Maybe the slightly fancier looking one, the more detailed one. Yeah, definitely that one. So right in the heart of this area, I want to have a nice multi-story... I don't know if the word nice applies to multi-story car parks, but sure. A nice multi-story parking lot is what we have. Only the nicest of multi-story parking lots in Nerdköping. That's what we have. And yeah, this whole thing is going to be a district. So basically, we're going to go around. We're just going to paint a district on all of these roads. And apparently it's called Hamilton Park. We already have a Hamilton Park, don't we? Yeah, we do have a Hamilton Park. We're going to need to come up with a different name for this district, because Hamilton Park's taken. So we'll kind of leave it as Hamilton Park for now. But that's fine. So that is what that's going to be. We'll take our district painting off of there, and let's see. So policies. We want it to be... Is it wait a minute. No, it isn't. Hold on. It's not a policy. I'm an idiot. It is this. So IT cluster is what we want that to be. And we're probably going to want some commercial in here as well. Now, the question becomes, do I want to terraform this to make it nice and flat and then do a lower level with sort of a cliff back there? Or do I want to build it on the hill? I feel like we could try building it on the hill, but I feel like it's going to look stupid. But I guess we'll try it. So, you know what? It is going to look really dumb. This is going to look kind of dumb. You know what? Let's bring this back a little bit. I've kind of got an idea. So scrap you and scrap you. Let's level this a little bit. I kind of have an idea. I don't want to get rid of too much of my terrain here that I've got, but I have an idea. So if I square this off a bit, right? We'll bring it out a bit further than we need it to. So we'll bring it just a bit of extra space to play with. Bring the brush size up and just flatten nicely like so. So that gives us a good bit of space to work with. If I bring you to about there, and I bring you with grass to about there, they're not even, but that's fine. But we can do that, and then bring, let's see, bring this over to here, right? Actually, no, let's not do that. Let's use a regular road to do this. So from there to there and there, and then to about there as well. Okay. So what I think we do then is I get the smooth brush, make it a bit smaller. Oh, maybe we're not going to do that. Let's just do the flattening brush. So just flatten it like that. And that'll work nicely, because then I can go in and throw some keys along this road. And that will nicely kind of split the levels there. So from there to there, that's nicely split. I can take this road out. And there we go. So that gives us a beautiful kind of split level thing going on there. It's like we're playing The Sims 4. Wait, is it Sims 4? No, it's not. It's not Sims 4. That's be a touchy subject for Sims 4 players. I don't think split leveling was a thing in The Sims 4 until very recently. Ooh. But it's like playing The Sims, is all I'm saying. But yeah, so that gives us a good amount of flat space to play with. And then down here we can do something as well. And what I reckon we do down here is a road that hugs that key kind of nicely. And that'll kind of keep the terrain back a little bit. Now, if I go ahead and grab all those nodes, we can just do this. Let's snap to object height about there. So it's nice and level. And that's kind of perfect. We can also do a road at the upper part as well. So I can do a road here, basically. That can go from that side to that side. And then, again, that's going to need leveled, but ain't no problem. We can totally do that. So something like that. Level it to that height. Actually, level it to that height? Yeah. Or that height. Hold on a minute. Level to that height. Yeah, let's do it to that height, and let's bring this up a little bit. So level you to there, and then grab these guys and slope it. There we go. So that gives us a really nice space to play with. And even if the zoning is going to be weird in a couple of places, I am excited to play with this. So. Ooh. Oh, now hold on a minute. I might have another idea. What if, since this can't connect properly, what if we were to do, let's see, to bring you to there for a second, then give me some snapping to that spot and that spot. I didn't want to do that. What if we were to do something like this? Keep that normal. We'll go 12 and we'll turn it into a tunnel. Right? So get rid of you. That was just a measurement, right? So turn it into a tunnel, bring you out to there. And measure this as well. So we want to go from there back about 10. We want to go from there back about, maybe not 10 actually. Let's go from there back about 6. And 6. We can turn that into a nice little curve. And then that could be extended. Oh no, that won't be I need to get rid of these, the zoning in these roads. And I think I might need to get rid of the zoning in these roads. Maybe. Actually, no. I have another idea. Let's extend this a little further. So bring you up to there and then turn it into a tunnel. So maybe further? Hold on a minute. Maybe bring that slightly further. So up to there and then tunnel. So something like that. That way we have room for paths and stuff like that. Obviously this side over here is going to be weird for zoning. But I can also, if I really want to, connect these roads straight through. And I want to connect that one, I think. And that one. So that'll give us a lot of free space to play with in here, which I don't absolutely hate. And then this just loops around and it can come up over here somewhere. I mean, what's the distance on this? This right here is weird. 54. So 27 on each side. We could do one way if we really wanted to, but I don't really want to. So we'll just fill this up for the time being. Again, it's going to be an IT cluster, so we'll do whatever with that. I don't know that I necessarily want a zone on that main road, but we'll do it this way anyway. We'll just fill up the entire thing. Maybe a little bit of commercial over here. Wouldn't hurt. And extend the district painting to be a little bit bigger. So we'll do this. We'll extend it to there. And we'll extend it like this as well. So it includes all of the roads that we have. Not very neat. Not very happy. But does the job. So no point complaining about it right now. There we go. So something like that. Yeah, that works for me. And then theme-wise, it needs to be vanilla as well. That's the other thing it's probably going to need. And it probably needs services as well. So in terms of services, I mean, we have a bit of room for them. We have room for a fire department here. I'm almost inclined to say that we could bring a little road off of there and do our services on that road. That is not what I wanted. So do fire and policing out here. Actually, let's do policing there. And fire, I mean, I feel like I can shuffle that along a little bit. I'm going to be honest. So just to about there. And that looks all right. So they're kind of connected, right? And then we have this little gap on the side where I can just go ahead and throw a parking lot. So that gives us a good bit of, you know, service to the area. In terms of medical, I mean, I'm going to be honest. I don't think this space is going to need a hospital. And it is an IT cluster as well. So I don't think there would be a hospital. So we're not going to do a hospital. We'll just do some paths. And, well, it's modern. So I feel like, I guess paths with trees would be the way to go on this. We'll extend you up to there. And we'll extend you to there, I guess. A little ugly looking, but it'll do. You know, people have said similar about me before. Not ugly looking, but, you know, gets the job done. I don't even know what that means. I'm gonna be honest. I've burned myself, and I don't even know really what the context of it is. I just 2020, man. It's 2020. So that'll do for there. And yeah, probably something down here as well, but we'll do that in a second. Let's just let this build once I get the pipes in. Almost forgot. Almost. But not quite. Let's see. So pipe down to there. A pipe through there. We can do similar on this side as well. Bring it down to there. And I guess straight through there as well. And straight across to there. And up to there as well. So that gives us pretty good coverage for that entire space. Hamilton Park is hopefully going to be a beautiful thing. In terms of power, I mean, that's the slightly trickier part. That doesn't bridge across, unfortunately. So let's go from here. And let's just do this. Let's just do this. Do this. And that. So that should give us power to that space once it starts building up, which it hopefully will pretty quickly. And I guess what we could maybe do is do some housing on this lower level, which isn't level for some reason. Interesting. Grab you and move you there. All right. Oh, we could probably do some housing down here or something. But this, I think, is hopefully going to look... Yeah, there we go. So those are the kind of buildings that I want. Those proper high-rise buildings that are just going to be such a beautiful kind of... Like, this right here is what I want. I want to be able to just see... And I know it's a little difficult to see, but I want to be able to just see those high-rise buildings in the distance. So that's perfect. Now, if this space in here would fill up, that'd be great. But I guess we'll leave it be. Now, tunnel. How are we going to do the tunnel? What way are we going to do the tunnel? I'm inclined to say that we just have it go straight kind of up into the area. So if I grab you and say go 10 and down, 12 and there. We could go 5. We'll do 6 and 6 since the other curve was 6 and 6. So 6 and 6 to there. Let's bring this straight over to there. We'll do this. We'll do this. And we could just keep it, all kind of nasty. I'm not gonna this time for whatever reason. I have no idea why I'm not bothering to just keep it all nasty looking, but I'm not gonna. We'll bring out the corners. We'll go 10 and we'll cut into there. We'll go 10 and we'll cut into there. And we'll take out those corners completely. And we'll redo them as, some proper little curves there. Then on this side, we'll kind of do the same thing. So 10 and in, out by 10, over by 10 and in, take out those bits. And again, we can do just a nice little curve like that. And that's not so bad. I think that works. It's a bit, again, a bit weird looking, but I think kind of cool looking too. So, let's figure out what kind of zoning we're going to do on this. I reckon I kind of want something fancy. So let's go 10 there. And let's go 10 there. And let's do one of these slightly wider roads here. And a slightly wider road here. And then basically, I think, continue this guy over a bit. So, turn off grid snapping. 10 and down. And then continue this guy over a bit. So, 10 and down. And I want to level all of it as best I can. So, grab all of you. Level to that height right there. And that'll give us room for housing. It'll certainly give us room for housing. I'm not too sure it's an amazing idea. The reason for these roads, by the way, is I want to extend them down and bring more houses off of them. And for this... what way do I want to do this? See, what I'm thinking we could do here as well is maybe have a road that comes up the hill. So you have the tunnel, but you also have this. Although that could arguably go straight across and under. Oh, I see what we're going to do. I see what we're going to do. Straight over there. And then in here. This wasn't really my plan. I wasn't really planning on connecting these spaces up whatsoever, but we're doing it. And I reckon a little roundabout might not be a dreadful idea here. So give me 3 lanes and give me... Let's do 5 on this. So 5 and... I think that's 5. And we'll just go the whole way around with a little roundabout like this. And then this road can come in. I don't really like that it's just going to be straight connections to the roundabout, but I don't really think we have much of a choice there. So just something like this, I reckon. Now, what is that? 9 by 4? Ugh. Maybe not. What about 9 by... Should be a 9 by 9 at this point, I think. So 9 by 9. There we go. So yeah, that can connect in that way. I feel like this entire section here should be level for a little bit. So snap to that height. And I feel like it should probably be level there as well. Maybe not. Maybe not. Let's try turning that into a slope. Just so it doesn't look quite as nasty as it currently does. So slope objects, there we go. Yeah, that's not so bad. This bit here could probably be raised slightly too. Just so it's a little bit more of a gentle incline, but there we go. So that can connect up to there. And that can probably service a little neighborhood in that space, which will be kind of cool. This main road here should probably have more lanes on it now. So we can do that. And then these side roads can maybe be little, just smaller. All right, I like that. I think that'll be pretty good. This area has power as well, so let's go ahead and well, I guess this is gonna have to be its own district. Or is it? Maybe it isn't. Maybe we should do an old town policy on this so that it doesn't. Oh man. I'm actually trying to figure out what the best way to do this is going to be. I really have no idea. Can I snap the train lines? No. Damn. Okay. I'm really not sure what the best way to do this as a district is going to be here. I think for the time being, this can be its own district down, or this can be a part of the overall district. So like that will do for now. And we'll throw some housing in there. I mean, not on the outside there, but like that. Just a little bit of housing. It's in that district, so it'll still have the modern theme. And that's pretty good real estate, let's be honest. That is pretty good real estate. Except for the giant wall that some of them are going to be looking out to, but that's, yeah, whatever. Don't worry about the giant wall. Pay no attention to the giant wall. Also, thinking about it, it might not be terrible to extend this to about here. Or even there. Because what I think I could maybe do here is grab those nodes. If I can, if it's going to let me grab that node, grab that node. If I level those up to that height, they don't quite touch the track, unfortunately, but it looks like it's supporting those sections of track, and that's kind of cool to me. And then we can flatten all of this out and have this be its own, you know, a large district as well. I don't hate it. I hate saying that now. I really do. It's like back in the day. I don't know how many people remember this one. But it's like back in the day, one of the older City Skyline series, with the it is what it is. I don't know how many people might remember the old it is what it is phase, but yeah, it was what it was, I guess. So yeah, we can do that. And we can extend this guy here right out to about there. And then just level that entire section of road so that it's going to be the same level as the rest of the road. So, object height there. And that's, I guess, more IT cluster that we can build here, which is kind of cool. Unless I want to do this slightly differently, which I could. I could admittedly do it slightly differently. I think this curve might need to go. I think the curve might need to go. And what I can do is bring this over to about there. We're going to have some nasty zoning in here, but that's just gonna have to be the way of it. So let's have you go like that. So the zoning's a little bit less nasty, and we can do a nice little, we can actually do a nice little path through there, which will be lovely, I reckon. So from there to there. And for some reason that didn't connect. What the hell? That's weird. I wonder if that's actually going to be usable. I guess we'll find out if that's actually going to be usable. That's weird that didn't connect. Either way, nice little path cutting through there. some weird zoning at the corners that I'm not really tremendously stressed about. And then this guy at the ends up here, I mean, first off, take out the power lines, because I'm hoping we're not going to need them for much longer. Okay. Okay. We'll extend that to there. Bring a little road off of there and a little road off of there. So it can kind of dead end up there. And that seems like a good shout to me. Maybe bring you a little bit further. And bring you ever so slightly a little bit further as well. I don't know if I want to do it this way, but we're doing it this way. It doesn't matter. We're doing it this way because we can. So there we go. That'll be zoning for that space. That's all going to be one big district. Hamilton Park is probably... I didn't do pipes down there. Hamilton Park is going to have to be something slightly different. I think, but just for the time being, this will do. So let's just fill up that space. That space down there can stay. It doesn't have water or power. That was a bit of an oversight on my part, wasn't it? But we'll fill in that, and do I want to do residential? Do I want to do residential in the middle of what is supposed to be a proper IT cluster? I think we probably should. Right? Just a little bit. A little bit of... Well, no. No, we shouldn't. We're doing residential down at the water. And we have room to expand that, so that's fine. We'll do a bit of commercial there, just to break it up a little bit. And we'll do some parks and something in there just to break up the whole... how, you know, samey everything looks. But I think another multi-story... It could be an idea. So we'll throw a multi-story car park into that spot. And we could do one over here as well. We could do one there. Ooh, hold on a minute. That right there is a spot for one. I know multi-story, you know, they're not exactly luxurious looking, but I think with the amount of people that will be coming and going to this neighborhood, I think it would make sense. So we'll do it. And let's go ahead and just expand some roads down here as well, just a little bit. That way, if I go ahead and level all of those, we end up with a pretty good, I reckon, pretty good little layout there. Okay, let's fill that with residential. Let's get it into the district, and then I guess we can go ahead and let that build, and it's going to give us the exact kind of view that I want from back here, even though it doesn't have power, which I totally forgot about again. That should give me the exact view that I want for this entire space. So if we do that, it's got power. And if we go ahead and put some water down here, these guys can stop complaining about not having water. All right. I think that'll be pretty good. I really do. I think that's going to be pretty good. It's going to be exactly what I want for the area. I do want to detail it with parks, and I do want to detail it with, you know, buses and probably a metro line. But for the time being, at the very least, it does at least have a, a train station. And I think what we could do is bring a little path through there. Maybe a slightly different type of path like that. Although, you know what? Honestly, the cobble one would probably look better. Not the cobble one, the amusement park one, but this is supposed to be a modern area, so I guess we'll avoid doing that. But yeah, I think that'll be pretty good. I imagine that more people... Yeah, there's a good number of people actually using that station now. That's fantastic. And I like the juxtaposition between this like really old looking station, right? And these giant skyscrapers. I like that a lot. That's what I want. I like that contrast. I'm a really big fan of oversaturation and contrast in photo editing, so of course I'm going to be a fan of contrast in my city design. But I think that's pretty cool. I really do. I think that's going to be awesome. And again, it has the exact look that I want, where from down here, you can just about see these skyscrapers popping up over the, you know, the rooftops of these old buildings. Kind of like how over there, right? You come through here, you've got your old kind of government buildings, and then behind them, across the water, you know, the new developments. So that's perfect. And again, this space here has good connections, sorta. It has connections right into the city center, and it also has connections out to the industrial area. Not that that's necessarily useful too much, given that, you know, there's not that many people living here, but, you know, it's better than nothing. Also, thinking about it, are there people walking through the tunnel? Yeah. Should we fix that? I feel like we should probably fix that. I also feel like I could probably do a few little changes to priorities and things like that. So give way, give way, give way. And then down here, give way like that. And then up here, we probably want to just say, what are we looking for? Shift Control click on the roundabout. So priorities are all set up nicely. All right. So that should be fine. That will eventually be expanded into a neighborhood. This right here is developing the way I wanted it to, which again makes me so happy. Residential demand is very much still a thing. So we'll do a little bit in there. But this really is exactly how I wanted this area to come about. Let's make one little change to it though. Let's do one little thing. I do want buses that come around here. We can probably go for the tiny little, teeny tiny little Citaros. So let's do something like this. I'm not really too sure how well this is gonna work. Maybe going the other way. So something like that comes along to here. We want it to loop around and come up here. Or do we? I kind of want it to go here. I need it to go in front of the train station is the thing. So let's figure out the best way to do it. I don't know if I necessarily want it stopping on the avenue is the thing. So I feel like it stopping in here would kind of make more sense, but then again, I feel like it wouldn't. Okay. Okay, let me figure this out. Let's have a stop there. Let's have a stop there. Let's have it come down into the tunnel and go there and there. And then I kind of want it to go back. So if I do that with it, it'll look back in itself. In an interesting way, too. So it would have to go out in the roundabout either way. That's awful. I don't know how I feel about this. But we'll do it. Vehicle type. I want to look at buses real quick because I want the tiny little Citaro. So the little one is the Citaro K11, which I'm pretty sure I drove in Bus Simulator. I think I've said that before, but whatever. So you're going to be using the Citaro K11, that little thing. And it's green, I guess. Okay, let's take that stop out. We don't need it. Let's do a stop there. And let's do a stop down here. So that kind of loops around in a really weird way. As for the upper part, I mean, do we want one on the avenue? I guess it wouldn't hurt. This could be shuffled along a little bit. To say there. I don't think we need that one. And that'll do. I don't like that. I don't love it. I don't like it. I think it's a little awful. But I'm gonna allow it for the time being. Because what I think I'll do is use a little bit of this. Let people kind of through that area. So they can use this path over here and then use this and then get to the bus stop. Which admittedly is not on a great type of road at all. But we'll see how that plays out. We'll do this as well. And we'll do traffic lights. Now, those traffic lights should only kick in when people are wanting to cross. It's going to be a bit rough, is what that's going to be, I think. But we'll allow it. And we'll see how it goes. And hopefully people will want to use it. Hopefully people are going to want to... yeah, there are a couple of people waiting there already. That's good. Down this way, one person. Down here, a few people. My thinking is basically, you know, how do we get people kind of, you know, coming around this area? Is kind of what that is. That's pretty much what that's supposed to be. Now, in terms of money, because this is something that's bugging me, you might notice that our budget is all over the place. I think we might need to look into another... Yeah, so this is a problem. We don't... I feel like everyone here is educated now. Oh, elementary schools. Not university, but they're certainly educated. My industry is really suffering right now. I feel like we need a bit more of it. But we'll see. We'll see how that goes. Either way, this is kind of what I wanted that area to look like. I wanted it to be a bunch of high-rise buildings. I love that it has connections to the main station so that people can kind of, you know, go from there to here and do all that stuff. I love that this is actually a really busy line still. Using the old Class 378 trains there, going over to the little town that we have. I just think it's cool. I really do. And then, what the hell? That's a regional train coming through there. Interesting. Oh, I guess, yeah. So this does provide access for regional trains to come in to those upper platforms, which I'm not a huge fan of, but I don't really care too much about it. It's not the end of the world. It's more passengers for the station, so yeah, I'm not really going to complain too much about it. But I like this. I really do. I think this is cool. And I think one thing I am going to do is I'm going to just go ahead and do this to deal with a little bit of the demand that we have for commercial zoning. Since there is a fair bit of that. And it will add a little bit of a, you know, distinct difference in building heights between the industry or the offices and the shops and whatnot. So that's pretty cool. I like it. I like that area a lot. Now we just need to do this side.